Hi everyone, welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying and to another new location. We are not in Dan's office today, we are in his garage. Why are we in his garage? Oh my god, it's so hot, you can see the light pouring in. Really warm today. You can also see behind me Dan's Porsche 987 Boxster. If you'd like to see more of that car, I recorded a video with it last year. I'll put a link to that in the description or up in one of these corners if I can figure out how to do that. So you can come watch that video. My first time driving a Porsche, well worth checking out if you're interested. There's another reason we're out here in the garage, and that's exciting news. Somewhat unexpected news, if we're honest. I think this video is probably a lesson, a warning perhaps, in the dangers of eBay. So, obviously I've been back in the UK for a while now. I felt a bit bad, you know, using friends' cars and things. And I was just browsing. You know how it is. Just scrolling, looking online, seeing what was what I could see. I'm a big fan, as you know, of entry-level affordable rally cars. I did a video, I can't remember if it was this year or last year, a few months ago, on the best entry-level rally cars. And those were the types of cars I was looking at. Just out of curiosity. I promise. Just curious, just interested. And then, I just stumbled across, as you probably can tell from the description, a certain Japanese warm hatch, perfectly innocent. It just happened to be a lot cheaper than all of the other ones that I found for sale. As I said, with my very clickbaity, I apologise for that, really it is a bit naughty, I don't like doing that sort of thing, my very clickbaity video title and thumbnail, it was the cheapest Suzuki Swift Sport in the UK. And I didn't think I'd win. I'd seen a few, you know, I'd seen a few for sale. They were sort of £1,400 for the cheaper ones. And then one appeared on eBay for £1,000 with no bids. And I just did it. I just hit the little button. I didn't expect to win it. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to put the starting bid on it, see what happens. No one bid. A couple of days passed, no one bid, no one bid. And then I won it. So, I've bought a Suzuki Swift Sport. So here it is, my Suzuki Swift Sport. Look at it. Isn't it fantastic? Resplendent in black and dust. It's very dirty. Now, the couple that I bought it from, Shannon and Lyle, lovely couple, really honest, really good to deal with. Very local, which is another reason I put a bid on it, because it was close by. Really good to deal with, exactly as it was described, so I can't complain at all about that. They even apologised for not being able to wash it, because there's a hosepipe ban, still a hosepipe ban. So I haven't washed it either. I did wipe the windows earlier because I made my first modification. Do this to every car I buy. New wiper blades. The reason I do that, people have a habit of fitting the cheapest possible wiper blades to their cars, and it drives me mad. So whenever I buy a used car, I always end up putting Bosch wiper blades on it. They are the best in my experience. So first thing I do, buy a car, change the wiper blades. So there it is, a Suzuki Swift Sport. It's not too bad. That said, it's not perfect, and there is a reason why it was the cheapest one for sale online when I bought it. So maybe we should run through that. So I moved outside. I'm on my little seat. Oh, it's nice. There's a bit of a breeze out here. There's also a reason that I look like an early 2000s chap and my collar is up, and that's because of the radiotherapy. I've been told to be careful about getting the sun on my neck, and because I was outside, I thought, you know what, be careful. Just put that up because it'll help. Anyway. So yes, there was a reason that this was the cheapest Swift on sale at the time that I bought it. So it is a Cat N, so it has been damaged in the past. You can see that the bonnet is not the same colour as the rest of the car. That's actually a brand new bonnet that they've fitted, so it's unpainted. It's just matte black in the finish that they come in. So it's had a little bit of a bump at the front end. That doesn't bother me, to be honest. Cat N is non-structural, so it's just cosmetic damage. And like I said, it damaged the bonnet a little bit, so they replaced it. And you can just see that the front bumper is not quite sitting correctly next to the headlight on the passenger side. The front panel is just not quite in the right shape. That is easy to fix. I'm not concerned about that. But yes, it does make the car less valuable in the long run. Do I care for a £1,000 car? Absolutely not. Who cares? The other thing is that the central locking doesn't work correctly. So the driver's door and the boot lid lock perfectly normally on the central locking, and the keyless is all fine, but the passenger door has a bit of an issue with locking. That looks like it's just the actuator, and I already have one. I've already bought one of those to fix it, so that is top of the list. The other thing I've noticed since driving it back is the brakes are not very good. The pedal's a bit long, so I think it probably just needs a brake fluid change. And again, I've bought brake fluid already, so we can do that. So in the next video, we'll start to tackle those little jobs. But just because there's a couple of things wrong with it, I still think this was a really good buy. I'm going to show you why, because let's go and have a little look around it so you can see the good things about it. So, good things. As I said, it's black. I like the fact it's black. Most of the other cheap Swifts you see for sale are in that dark metallic red colour, which is not a bad colour by any means. I don't hate it, but it's not very racy. I never think of that car in that colour in kind of sporty car terms. What I like about this, it's black. Yes, black is a bit of a pain in that it shows loads of marks, which this has some of, but it's also very neutral. So if down the line you wanted to put a livery on it, for example, who knows why someone would put a livery on a car, it's easy. You don't end up with a random coloured engine bay or anything like that. So the fact it's black is good. The other thing is that if we go inside and put the key in it, he says, I pre-planned this, I know exactly what I'm doing in this video, and turn the ignition on. Look at this weird keyless system, by the way. Turn the ignition on, it has done 97,435 miles. That is much lower than all of the other ones that I saw for sale, which were kind of £1,400–1,500. They were all on 130,000 plus miles. So this is relatively low mileage. Also, the inside is in pretty good condition. You've got these quite nice supportive seats, surprisingly supportive actually, for what is actually a kind of warm hatch. Not too much in the terms of wear on the bottom here, a few little marks and stuff, but generally the inside is in pretty good order. All standard stereo. Yes, the air conditioning doesn't work, but I'm going to have that regassed and hopefully it will fix it. Everything else though, it's all pretty good. If we go in the back, which I don't know how to do, I'm just going to put the camera through. Again, rear seats with that red pattern. It's all pretty good. It's all pretty good in here. Come around the back, open the boot. We've got some mats in there. Look. Smallest partial shelf in the world. I think only a Fiat 500 has a smaller partial shelf than this. But it's all okay, and it's a Swift Sport, so we close the boot, which is unbelievably hot. It has dual exhaust, different front bumper. Sadly, the Sport badge is missing. I might see if I can get one, or I might just get rid of the glue. Another weird quirk with this car is that it has these weird little rubbing strips on the corners of the bumpers and on the side here. I assume, Swift experts let me know, were they a factory option? I don't know. No idea. Sports don't seem to have them in my experience, but this one does, so I guess they were an option. 17-inch wheels, they're completely standard, a little bit curved, but who cares, because in an ideal world we'd replace them at some point. It has Matador tyres, don't know anything about those. I think they're made by Continental. Lots of tread on them though, and they're slightly wider. These cars have weird tyre sizes. They have a 195/45 tyre as standard, which is a very strange size for a 17, but this has 205s on it. They've put wider tyres on it. Another little quirk, obviously you can see that weird little rubbing strip again on the front. It has a square number plate. I guess the original one got broken when the car had its little knock. I've ordered a normal shaped one because I'm not a big fan of that. As I said, you can see, obviously, matte black bonnet, and just a little bit of misalignment there, which I think we can fix without too much issue. It's also got a sun strip. That is going to have to come off. I can't see through it. I'm too tall. Let's have a look under the bonnet. Pop that. We're doing this all on the fly. It's very difficult doing this one-handed, holding a camera, you know. I need a cameraman. You're looking at the sky and I don't care. Well, I put the bonnet stay in, which I can't do. There we go, look. Here is the beating heart of the Swift Sport. So if you are not familiar, this is the M16A engine, 1.6 litre, 125 horsepower, 16 valve. This is actually probably the most special part of the car. I know people talk about the handling, but this engine got a surprising amount of tweaks. So it's 11:1 compression ratio. I've read that it has forged pistons. I think it has variable valve timing. That's quite impressive, isn't it, for a little 1.6 fairly normal car? What's weird is that it's 125 horsepower, which isn't bad by any means, but if you think about like a B16 in a Honda Civic, which is 160 odd horsepower, forged pistons and stuff seem a bit excessive for 125 horsepower, but there we are. So that's it. That's kind of all there is to say, in a way. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think it was a good buy, or have I been fleeced? I suppose the final question is, what's it for? Why did I buy a £1,000 Suzuki Swift Sport? Well, as I said at the top of the video, part of the reason is just because I felt a bit bad borrowing cars off people, and you know, I didn't want to keep doing that. It seems a bit rude. So that was part of it. Obviously, the other part of it was, as I said, a warning, because I just found it and it was just there and it was cheap. And what are you supposed to do when things are just there and they're cheap? It is the bane of car enthusiasts' world, isn't it? So there's that. But longer term, I think, you know, for now, I'm just going to use it. It's going to be a daily. I'm going to fix up the little issues. So as I said, in the next video, we'll deal with the central locking. And what else will we deal with? We'll put the new number plates on it, I suppose. And at some point, I'll get the air conditioning re-gassed, that sort of stuff. So, you know, there's a few little jobs to do. So we'll fix those. And obviously, you know, as things go on, if any little issues crop up, you know, we'll do some servicing and stuff. But there's always the temptation to just tweak it a little bit, isn't there? So, you know, maybe if the opportunity to do a Targa rally or a road rally comes along, we could do a little bit of that, couldn't we? And then maybe it might want some better brake pads or some nicer wheels or some better dampers. So who knows? As I said, this video featured in my best entry-level rally cars video. So one of the reason I featured it is A, because they're cheap, B, because they're fun to drive and offer relatively good performance for the money, but also because they are one of those cars where you can buy loads and loads of bits for them off the shelf to make them a good competition car. So you can buy roll cages and dampers and all that stuff. You can buy gear kits and differentials and cams and throttle bodies and all that stuff. So there's the potential to turn it into a rally car in the long term. So could we do that? Should we do that? Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. We need to deal with the bonnet, don't we, as well? That just, I can see it behind me. It's bugging me, the bonnet. I would really like to get that fixed. If you're in Norfolk or Suffolk and would like to paint the bonnet black for me, do comment below. Other than that, what do you think? Like I said, do you like it? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think I was screwed over? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different to what we normally do. Stay tuned. As I said, there will be an episode where we get into doing some little jobs on it, so I hope you'll enjoy that little series of videos. Other than that, all that remains for me to say is make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. I really appreciate all of you watching the last few videos and commenting and all of that. As I said, I am eternally grateful, and it has been a huge, huge boost during what has been a pretty crappy time of it of late, so I'm really grateful for that. Other than that, all I shall say is thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.